allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start off with approval of the minutes from the March 7th regular meeting. Any discussion?
Make a motion to accept them as submitted.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Approval of the CSE, CPSE recommendations.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's carried. And we're up to public comment. Any public comment? We do have visitors, but no public comment. Okay. Our presentation was canceled for tonight. So we'll go to discussion items. First, we need to schedule a policy committee meeting in April. So,
Would you like me to send out dates starting at 5 o'clock or 5:30? What would be better, Mr. Wood?
5:30.
5:30.
it's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kevin's not here, so we'll sign him up for 5:30. But we'll let him pick the day. We also anticipate the need for a facilities committee meeting late in March or early April. I think we've settled on April for that as well.
Right.
To work on the 5-year plan.
So we'll send out dates once we hear from Mr. Whalen, correct?
Yep, we're having a planning session tomorrow. Going to try to get a calendar mapped from now through really the next couple of years of development. See if we can't get this targeted out so that we can assist the board and facilities committee. So more to come.
But definitely going to be an increased workload meeting-wise, we anticipate,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
Our community budget forum will follow tonight's regular business meeting, beginning at 7 p.m. and will be live streamed as well. Okay, under correspondence, we received the notification of the DCMO and BOCES annual meeting on the Herald Campus Library, Sydney Center, April 5th. And we also received a letter from the William B. Ogden Free Library Board of Trustees with their intent to be placed on the ballot in May. And I believe that was a 2% increase they were going out with for the library. Additions to the agenda,
We do not have any.
and on to the consent resolution. First, we had financial reports, 11 of them. We had transferring of funds, anything over 5,000. Declaring surplus, I believe there's student shares, things like that that come off. We had a resignation of Swartz as of 3/21. 2 requests for unpaid leave of absences and personnel appointments related to the musical. And athletic recommendations filling assistant coaches for spring sports. Any discussion on the consent agenda items?
Tara Swartz, her resignation is as of February 24th. Is that what you said?
No, I think I said 3/21.
February 24th.
Thank you. Okay.
I make a motion to accept it.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That is carried. Next, we have donations. $550 from the Lions International to the Walton, New York Club to sponsor students to attend the Hobby Youth Leadership Conference.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second.
All those,
Congratulations to those students that were chosen.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Approving the resolution for providing, holding the annual meeting and other matters in connection therewith. We have to pass that resolution yearly. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That is carried. C, date, time, and place of our regular monthly meetings. That's our board calendar updates. The one thing we want to talk about is we need to schedule the annual pre-opening of the school building walkthrough by the board. We want to have that 2 to 3 weeks before school opens for students. We usually start that at 6 o'clock with the building principals there, just to give time for building and grounds to be able to make any corrections to anything we see or notice with the building walkthrough. You want to send out dates on that, Corey, for us?
Sure.
And we can settle in on that. But we are gonna back that up to 2 to 3 weeks prior to school opening.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little challenging with Townsend School and what's taking place there this year, especially during the summer. But this should give enough time, hopefully, to make any more corrections. And if we had to schedule a second walkthrough, if we felt that was necessary, just before the opening of school, I think this gives us plenty of time to be able to do that.
Yeah, because that would be, if we did, it would be targeted to the construction area, which is a small area, so might want to consider that actually.
Right, maybe in the first or second week.
Yep.
Okay, as early as the first or second?
I
Yeah.
think it's gonna have to be, right?
Yep.
With that being open, we can still pass the board meeting calendar dates.
Correct.
Any further discussion on that? I'd entertain a motion.
Make that motion.
Seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. And next new business is approval of Ogden Library proposition for the ballot. Once again, that was a 2% increase. It went from 130,215 to the sum of 132,819 in accordance with the New York State ad law. Any discussion on that?
They had indicated that they would come to our next year's
Next year.
meeting to give an
Mhm.
update on.
Right.
I know they did a lot of renovations. It would be nice to hear the outcome of that and other funding sources as well.
This is the first time, I'm not sure, I've never seen it before where they've had actually like the petition with names on it sponsoring this coming forward.
Right.
Have we seen that before? Like they were kind of signatures of support to bring the proposition forward to us, but I don't believe I've ever seen that before.
No, I don't know if we have.
It was a nice touch. I thought that was nice that they showed the support behind it to bring it on, but, I've just,
Usually there's not as many names.
okay. Any further discussion?
Make the motion. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Our nominated candidates for the DCMO BOCES Board of Education. Did we receive any correspondence back from the last meeting, Cory? No. Okay, so we can choose to nominate the two and leave the one open. John Godfrey expires from Oxford, I believe, and Linda Zazak.
And I don't believe we even need to nominate. My understanding is that neither are seeking nominations.
Okay. So there's no nomination to come forward with this.
No,
Okay.
not unless we have a new one.
I haven't heard of any. Has anybody else been approached?
Mm.
Okay. We shall forego that.
I don't believe we had a gas bid that
We
you
did
wanted to
receive
bring.
one. The prices for like 24 and 36 months were up from the last one I received. 12 months was down slightly, I believe, but Dr. McDonald and I communicated about it today, and it wasn't really enough for me. Thought we needed to jump on it, so
Okay.
continuing to hold.
Okay.
Okay.
we're up to policy review.
Okay. All right, and these are just policies to be reviewed at the convenience of board members. Policy number 4325, academic intervention services, 4511, textbook selection and adoption, and policy number 4750, promotion, retention, and acceleration of students.
Thank you.
With the textbook selection policy, is there a listing that we can get of the current textbooks? Just so we can review them?
Yeah, that's something that actually Corey's been nudging us on, and we will have it done before the end of the year and updated.
Okay,
There's been a lot of changes, with the curriculum at Townsend,
right,
so we'll get that updated and get to you before the end of the year.
wonderful.
And
Thank you.
they're right there listening, so it's perfect.
And that's one of those things where the policy actually cites what's the board itself has to govern what textbooks are approved. And without reviewing a list like that, we wouldn't have an idea what's coming in or going out. Would that be best off put through the curriculum committee itself for that review on an annual basis?
The development of new curriculum,
Mm-hmm.
that comes through the committee,
Sure.
but I believe the overall list, according to the policy, is supposed to be supplied to the whole board, am I correct?
Correct.
Brianna? So any new developments, we do have like CKLA, when I first came, we went through CKLA,
Right.
then we went through IM, and actually had committee members from Townsend presented to the committee. So we'll continue with that practice with any adjustmts, but we'll get the current list to the board to meet the
Right.
policy, and then we'll go from there.
Okay,
And I think if the whole board reviews that, I still think we would look to like the curriculum committee to
Yep.
guide us in what avenues you guys are headed, you know what I mean, as far as curriculum goes. So
Yep.
give us some guidance on textbooks too, so we can make that more official and definitely do that on a yearly basis. Okay, we're up to administrative remarks.
Okay. Elementary?
Sure. We are busy at Townsend. We are extending the kindergarten registration as we had the remote days, so parents couldn't really make it in due to the weather. So if anybody has a kindergartner, we are trying to get them in and get them registered so we can get accurate counts for next year. Next, we're moving right into the UPK enrollment. So those letters will be going out April 1st. So people should keep an eye out for them in case they have anybody that needs to enroll. Currently, as far as the students, we are still in the Read Across America month. Each grade level has a number of books that they are racing to get to because they get a big celebration at the end. We're excited that our first graders have met their goal, so they're gonna have a little celebration on Friday. And next, we're working with the Honor Society in the high school. We are collecting dog food, dog treats, any cleanup materials for them, really to support their initiative and fundraiser there. So each grade has a bin and they are filling up for you.
nice.
Very nice.
Any-
Any questions for Melanie?
The book fair, that is
Yep.
open to the public, there's like an evening hour or
Yep,
something?
the science fair is Thursday, so the book fair will be open to them that night.
Nice, okay.
We had our postponed Pi Day today. So we do 3 different kind of little competitions. One is the memorization of pi. We had a 6th grader, Colton Wally, memorized 137 digits, which is a 6th grade record. The actual middle school record is 158 digits. I could do 3.
3.14.
3.14, that's all I needed.
137 digits.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's incredible.
We had our pie eating contest, so kids volunteer, and then each grade level picks a couple of the people who wanted to do it to go down there, and it was just basically whipped cream with crust, so, it wasn't that thrilling, but the kids had fun doing it. And then they had their pie obstacle kind of course race, so we did that the last period of the day. The kids had a good time. Math department does a good job with it every year, organizing it and drumming up interest and convincing people they should memorize 137 digits of pi.
I just can't fathom it, really.
I-
Any questions for Adam, for Stuart?
congratulations to the student of the month. That was nice to see.
Oh, and I should mention that Danny's Restaurant actually kind of sponsored our Pie Day.
Oh, really?
So anybody who won something, I think it was a $15 gift certificate they donated, which was very nice of them.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Mr. Loomis's update came as a special update, as we know.
Yes.
We didn't get a report, but I think we can give him a pass, given the update that we received. So congratulations and
Yes,
welcome. to
congratulations.
the member
Thank
of
you to
your family.
everybody that reached out. It meant a lot to my wife and I, so thank you.
Congratulations.
So with that, I had mentioned earlier, their construction work, we continue to plan. Today, we also had a meeting on moving closer toward discussing even finishes, tiles, colors, all that kind of stuff with the 5th grade. So we took our first step down that road. It's gonna be consistent with the rest of the building, but with more of an orange and black theme in that 5th grade wing, especially in the hallway, versus blue and gray, different things with the other. So that work has begun, will continue. And I mentioned the planning, which I think is really important for us to get a timeline so we can get structured, because we have a lot of work, and if we don't move consistently and strategically, then we're gonna get bunched up, and that's gonna get tough to get it all done in a timely fashion for our next project development. So we'll get that, and all that information will be coming forward. That's really all I have this evening.
Did everybody get a chance to walk through the library? Because Ron and I got to walk through it Friday when they were just finishing up construction with the new flooring and desks and arrangements, and very impressive. I'm glad to see something like, we've always wanted something for the kids and the students to be able to enjoy, you know, instead of all these parking lots and roofs and things like that, you can enjoy. So that turned out nice, and the orange and black and gray themes were
Pretty
nice.
nice.
Check out the egg chairs.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to take a quick walk after we get done this evening, we can go down then. If you'd like to, just let me know.
Much more welcoming space.
It is, very nice.
Okay.
And thanks for doing
Yeah, and thank you for these guys for planning it.
Well, that was, you know, I'll be honest with you, geez, I don't think it was long after I came here, I was cornered by Mr. Loomis down in the library. He said, "We really need to do something." This was before we had the ability to do it. He said, "We need to do something down here." And then I got cornered by Mr. Loomis, and I got cornered by both of them. And then we had the ability to do it. So, and Mr. Loomis and a group of kids took the lead on a lot of that work.
Yep.
In discussions, and, you know, it's always nice when it's student-led and they have direct involvement. So my hat's off to these gentlemen, especially Mr. Loomis, for his lead on that.
It's nice to see the new furniture, the new style. I think some of the chairs and tables and stuff that were in there might have been in there when you went to school, when I went to school. So it's nice to see a little bit of an upgrade. But that goes to show you how well the furniture was made back then too.
And it's still being used. Not
Yeah.
a single piece of that furniture made it to the surplus list. We thought a couple were gonna, and now they're out in classrooms as well, so it's all been repurposed.
Nice.
So they don't make it like that anymore, that's for sure.
Okay, we do have a need for an executive session for the purpose of discussing matters related to particular personnel.
I make a motion.
We're gonna invite the principals in as well. Companies. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That is carried. We will enter exec.
And a motion to adjourn later.
Yeah,
No action will be taken, correct?
so I'll make a motion to come out and adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's carried as well. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
We'll be back with